Contracting Service Manager, and I would like to introduce the tilt-in procedures for our windows that we offer, and just to get you familiar with how to tilt in and clean your windows. We're going to unlock our window, we're going to lift it up, typically bring them up a hand high, or we also reference the sash stop area, how we bring them into for our height. That's an ideal situation for most homeowners. Then we're going to bring in these tilt releases at the top of the sash. We tilt them in, and then we do typically let them rest. That'll leave you two hands free for your getting a hold of your upper sash. We're going to lower your upper sash. We're going to create roughly that same height with the fist high height frame. That's going to let you release the top sash down onto your first lower sash. That leaves you still two hands free, where you can bring out the Windex, spray them, wipe them down, get them clean. With the top sash on the outer edge, they're clean. We tilt it closed, shut. I usually make sure I give them a little pull, make sure that the windows are engaged into the lock. Just a little push will do the show. Lift them up into the pocket, then you can go ahead, you can clean your upper glass, spray it down, wipe it down, upper sash is done. Then we'll follow through with the lower sash here on the bottom. This one's here ready to go for the outside. We're going to spray it, we're going to wipe it, clean, everything's happy. We're going to shut it, close, it's locked, it's engaged, everything's moving all up and down. Now we want to draw our lock shut. We got a nice secure window. That's for tilting in and closing your windows. Sometimes what will happen is it's a new window. If they're not familiar with the windows yet, it's still new to a homeowner. What they'll do sometimes is they'll unlock the window. They want to go ahead right away and tilt this window. Problem occurs is when they unknowingly will tilt this window in, and it gets bound up on the bottom sill of the new window. And the ideal is to lift them up, like I said. But what will happen is this will pivot in, and then it will let that sash come out, and it gets the window stuck down on the bottom. Sometimes they will remove the sash, or other times they're in there and they're shut, and they just don't go up or down. They're just kind of bound in its spot. They can't get it down low enough to lock. To correct this problem, you're going to want to release the top tilts. You're going to want to bring the sash to a horizontal plane. Sometimes you got to shake them around a little bit or whatnot, but you want to get to the sash where you can bring it at a horizontal flat plane, and that should let you tilt your sash right in and out. Then you want to set that sash down off to the side. You're going to need a straight tip screwdriver to get a hold of these terminal blocks on the side. Now they are under spring tension. The bigger the window, the more tension they're going to have. So you do going to want to be cautious at this point. But a straight tip screwdriver with somewhat of a fairly broad head, it's going to want to get into this little metal cam section down on the bottom of these blocks. And you're going to want to turn that. Now when you turn that, this terminal block under spring tension is going to want to hop up on you. So you're going to want to be ready. I typically say put two fingers down here close to the edge. That will control the screwdriver and the balance system when you unlock it. I'll put it in there, a quarter turn, forward, backward, it does not matter. Quarter turn, we'll let this block go up and down. It does it freely on its own. I'm going to match the height. I'll usually typically put the bottom of the block to the bottom of the block to the top of the sash stop. I'll lock it back with that quarter turn action. Now the block is held into its position. And I'll match the same with this other block down on the right side. I unlock it, got my fingers on there. That's going to give me control. I'm going to bring it up roughly the same height, turn it and lock it again. Now I'm ready to reapply the sash. And these little metal pins at the bottom of the sash will go into the metal cams. I take one side, I put it in, the other side I'll pivot it down, rest it. I typically look down, make sure that the metal pin is inside that metal cam. Everything should be ready to work at that time. Shut, lock, and everything's back to normal. Quick fix, easy, everything locks, no problems. Another problem that we occur sometimes is that we'll get a drafty window call, or we'll get a window call that's not working properly, and what'll happen is that the locks are in the locked position when window's been open for a period of time. Somehow one of the locks or both of the locks are engaged, and what it'll do is somebody goes to shut their window and it will pull down the top sash of the window, creating a draft at the top, and you do not have, you're not having that secure feeling. What you need to do is you need to be sure that both sashes are unlocked, both locks are unlocked. You need to raise the top sash to engage the lock into the keepers there that will hold it and keep your window airtight so you don't have your drafts.